Good morning and welcome to the Crypto Day Morning. And today's date comes in that of Wednesday, 9th of January, 2019. My name is Derek, all bets, trades of the like. Within one zone, each risk and reward. There's really not much to go over, so this is a time filler more than anything. And I'm going to start off with an TUSD cross with the tether or the true US dollar and the US tether. Which one is better, or the ratio, if they're equal and they're par with the dollar, all that's supposed to be 1-to-1 kind of deal. Well, in this case, we have the tether almost 1% with higher value over the US or the true US dollar. And in such, it has been ever since it broke down on December the 18th. Now, there's a lot of fear that went on within this earlier on before. As we can see in here, in October, this thing just went up to 25% and then stabilized down at 2.5, even for a few days, stabilizing at 5, stabilizing here at 2 1/3. And then it came down close to par, but not quite. 1/3 of 1%, like 1.003. And then a couple more of these moves that came in after, stabilizing at 3%, then stabilizing here at 1.3, and then stabilizing here at 1.1. And as we can see now, that the tether seems to be hanging in there. I don't know much more about this, but for now, I'll just keep an eye on this. If it stays near the line, there's really no big deal of one much more superior over the other. Bitcoin on the daily continues to hold at the 18 average of highs area as support, resisting Fibonacci at 4100, currently in at 4000. Is this ready to go at this point? It could be. It has been stabilizing, staying sideways for now its third day. Hasn't broken down or broken out yet either since. LITECOIN on its daily term time frame got above this range of resistance in here, and it has also done the same of staying for 3 days going sideways for the most part. It remains above the 18 average of highs, and this is a key area of support. And really, if you want to get technical, you can almost even make it a little bit lower if, of course, there's going to be any type of further declines. I'll be looking for the 18 average band, the 18 average of highs and lows as areas for support continuing forward, and then we can see resistance established in around a little over 40 up to about 41. Against Bitcoin, Tron continuing to have its surge. As this is interesting chart, this amazing setup that grinded its way higher, amazing leg higher, market goes sideways through time, small leg up here with a little sideways move, and now working on its second day, breaking above the level of resistance amongst such, and continuing to establish a level of resistance on the weekly time frame. After all, we've got a band flattening out here and continuation of stage 2. If it just keeps on going, there is no going to be stage 3. This thing would just keep on going. But more times than not, it is going to either come back via that of price and or time. But for now, as long as buyers are still willing to buy at these prices, and that's going to keep making the prices go up until obviously it won't. But another way of saying that is, when you're in a bull market like this and we see cryptos go where they can go, if this has gone from 300 to 705 and it's ready for, say, a 5x move, well, if the destination is 1500 on such, well, it's got to still double or more from here. Not saying that's going to happen, but it's not surprising for cryptos to have 5x moves in short periods of time or even greater. And then again, right now, this is at about 2.3x of a move from the December lows. Next up is Cardano ADA, which had this level of resistance coming back to the 18 highs. Nice little support within, getting above into a new leg here on the 6th. Couple days of supporting, coming back to where it came from, and then in today's session right now is breaking out. And before we got to this level of resistance, where would we be looking next? Well, this previous level in around 1368. And when we take a look at this on a weekly term time frame, of course, you're not going to be able to see too much with the lines, but the main story is band flattening out and really attempting to establish a level of resistance. And I think, again, I need at least in the high 1300s, if not even in the 14s, for a significant gain above the 18 highs resistance. Now, what's needed to start to roll over, go higher, thus price above it, to attempt to revert trend. And finally, Ethereum Classic, which apparently went through a 51% attack, which I know very little about. And Poloniex says everything was fine with them, where people try to do what like the double spend. I don't know too much about that, but it happened on this day down. And as far as technical analysis is concerned, you have your resistance, you have your support. The 18 average failed to support this, thus stage 1 band flattening out. Stage 2, support established. It also gives the availability to fill some of this empty space, and when making a longer term time frame like the weekly, we can see that in here we've been in a downtrend, trying to break out with the band flattened here, unable to do such, thus leg lower. From the leg lower, we've had, well, just band flattening out. It's still technically going down, and if it does have price action and or falling to about 1165, 1100, and it holds and stays below there for a while, there's a decent chance that this could be just a correctionary move in a bear market, and thus not only a test of the many zeros one number, but or the one more zero, and maybe, well, 10, 15, 20% lower or whatever. And in just one quick final example on another bearish situation, this is a coin I like, and I'm just going to keep trading it in the buy low, sell high strategy. Here we have the sideways consolidation from a down move, resistance established, nice bullish setup, but it obviously wasn't able to transpire. This was a game-changing candle. It broke this level of support, and since that point, it has mainly just went sideways. But then yesterday, it goes down below the support, back up to this area. So when I see something like that, that either means to me failed breakdown, usually fast move higher, which is the underdog, and the favorite, which is that of setting up a new leg lower. For, again, support's been established here. You come in here, back to this area. So therefore now it's at an area where you'd expect it to resist if it's going to be going lower. So therefore you see we've got a little bit of a rally on the short term, the 1 hour term. If this 18 average is a failure and does look as if it's going to give in, then there's definitely concern for a little bit of a more longer term time frame of further decline. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.